Hi guys, so this is a haul video for April and May.
Yeah.
It's kind of it looks like quite a lot, but it's some bits off Amazon, some bits we've picked up really cheap from the works, and we just haven't done a haul video in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't done a haul video in a very long time.
So we thought we'd go through the bits we picked up and the bits we're excited to read. Do you want to start?
Yeah, okay, first off we have Carlton Mellick III and Kevin L. Donaghy's The Ocean of Lard. This is a choose your own mindfuck fest book. As you can see, Milo got to the book before I did. So it's two pieces really, but it's still readable. Basically this is a choose your own adventure Bizarro book. And that's all I know about it. It looked cool, so I thought I'd pick it up. And I love anything Carlton Mellick's been a part of so far, so yeah. Ocean of Lard. I picked up, I thought this was another choose your own adventure type thing. It's Carlton Mellick III again, the Kobold Wizard's Dildo of Enlightenment +2 for advanced RPG gaming. Now, I haven't looked through this yet, and I don't know if it genuinely works with the Dungeons and Dragons system, or it's just on there for that. But it's apparently, I think it's about some Dungeons and Dragon characters that become aware that that's what they are, and the shit goes down. There's lots of crude drawings in it, but it's Mellick, it's Bizarro. That's why I got it. It was cheap, and it looks like a lot of fun.
This is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Mark's picked up loads of books that look really cool, so I'm just going to have a quick look at this.
Yeah, right, so this story, most of you know what Station 11 is. It's the end of the world, and there's a girl who's part of a theatre troupe that goes around performing Shakespeare to the camp settlements that have survived. I was a bit dubious about picking this one up because I'm not a huge fan of Shakespeare, and mainly because I still have hangover from it from school. Never enjoyed it at school, and I think that's purely the way it's taught. But it sounded interesting. It's got a lot of rave reviews. Most of you will have heard of it, and yeah, hopefully I'll enjoy it. I picked up Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. This was a recommendation from Chris, and I'm so happy I checked it out because as he raved about it, it was completely deserving. I think it's Grady Hendrix's first book, and it's incredible. It's a story, it's a ghost story set in and about a store that's basically carbon copy of IKEA, called Orsk. And it's basically, it says it in the story, it's basically an American company has copied the idea IKEA has and made Orsk. And yeah, I love the setup of the book. Like, I'll find the one that isn't spoilery. So the chapters start off like catalogue pictures. Like you get, they're all named pieces of furniture, and there's a map and stuff, and yeah, and the story in it is absolutely brilliant, and I really hope he writes a sequel to this. It doesn't end for a sequel, but there's enough that there could be, and I've been pestering him on Facebook to write one. Yeah, so and I want Ellie to read this soon because you'll love it.
Oh, I've got God Save the Queen by Katie Locke. It looks amazing. It's basically London present day, and Queen Victoria still rules with an immortal fist, and it's got vampires, werewolves. It just sounds amazing, and I love books like this. I love books that have odd twists on the modern world.
I think I picked this up for Ellie purely because of the cover. If you can see, the cover's quite cool, steampunk kind of burlesque-y thing. And Ellie likes these kind of books. They're easy reads, and she enjoys them. Hell Train by Christopher Fowler. This is an old library book, as you can tell by the plasticky thing on it. Not too sure on the plot. I think what appealed to me is it's meant to be like an old Hammer horror film, but book. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. It looks cool.
It's got A Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. Mark read the back to me when he was ordering it, and I said that I definitely wanted it. It literally says, every morning Melanie waits in her cell to be collected for class. When they come for her, Sergeant Parks keeps his gun pointing at her while two of the people strap her into the wheelchair. She thinks they don't like her. She jokes that she won't bite, but they don't laugh. And that's all I know. And I definitely want to read this one.
Yeah, I've seen a lot on BookTube about it, and it sounds really good. It doesn't tell us more than we need to know. I picked up The Grin of the Dark, which I believe is a short story collection by Ramsey Campbell. He's an author I've wanted to read for ages, and I haven't actually managed to read anything by him yet. So I thought I got this for a penny on Amazon, so I thought I'd check it out. I like the cover too, weirdly. And then I picked up my first ever sci-fi masterworks book. This is Kate Wilhelm's Where Late the Sweet Birds Sang. This is 67 of the books. I was hoping it was going to be one of the newer cover versions of them, because they're a bit more funky and neon and stuff. But I'm happy with this. They all sound like really cool sci-fi stories. Sci-fi is probably one of my favourite genres to read.
Secrets of Life and Death by Rebecca Alexander. I don't know anything about this. Mark ordered all the books.
Yeah,
it looks really cool.
So Station 11, The Girl with All the Gifts, and this were 3 for £10 on Amazon. And I was umming and ahhing with a few books on there because I was looking at The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, but we've got a ton of Gaiman books back there that I'm yet to read. You've read them. One of our favourite vampire myths and stories, I don't know why, but we've always loved Elizabeth Bathory and her stories of her luring virgins into her castle so she could kill them and bathe in their blood, and that's what kept her young. She wasn't drinking the blood. Apparently in real life she was just bathing in it. That was the rumour that the town made up. So she wasn't a vampire as such. And there's a lot written about her, but it's just a cool story. And this, on the back, it says, it's just 1585 when Edward Kelly and his master, Dr. John Dee, discover a dark secret at the heart of the Countess Elizabeth Bathory's illness. They fear the cure will prove more terrifying than death. And then it jumps forward, 2013. When Jack Daw Hammond learns of a young woman found dead on a train, her body covered in arcane symbols, she must finish what Kelly and Dee started, or die trying. So there's obviously some links to Bathory in this, and anything with arcane symbols or occult stuff in it, big tick for me. I love it. So this sounded the most interesting. Next I picked up one I've been looking for ages. This is Johannes Cabal the Necromancer. So this is about Johannes Cabal, who was a scientist who sold his soul to the devil. And I think he must be something to do with bodies, kind of like a Frankenstein kind of character, because he's a grave robber, and he decides he wants his soul back, so he climbs into hell to get it from the devil. And all madness ensues. Another one we picked up, this was in the works. If you have one, you'll know that they do a lot of crap, but they do have good stuff in there too. And we picked up a 3 for £5.
Yeah.
2 of the books are in this update, because I completely forgot about the third one. But yeah, so we picked up John and Carolee Barrowman's Bone Quill. Now, this is written by John Barrowman and his sister, I think. You can see his picture there. John Barrowman, the musical guy on TV a lot, American-Scottish guy.
Captain Jack.
Oh yeah,
Harkness.
Captain Jack Harkness, of course. How can I forget that? So yeah, it just says, a faceless stranger is close to finding the key that opens Hollow Earth. Now, Hollow Earth is a big conspiracy theory that's been going on. It's mental, it's not real blatantly, but I'm a fan of conspiracy theories for their fictional elements. And I love the idea of there being some kind of hidden world in the middle of the Earth that you could find through secret holes and the stuff down there we don't know about. And this is a story written about it. Sadly, this is the second book. And I didn't know that, because there's nowhere on it that says it's the second book. There's a picture of another book, but it doesn't say that's the first one. So we can't read this till we pick up the first one. But very intrigued to find out how he's involved. And the cover's pretty cool too.
We've got The Court of the Air by Stephen Hunt. I've been looking at this book for ages. I'm really naughty. I don't often buy books on synopsis. I usually buy them on how they look, and I know that's really bad, but it's served me well so far. And it's for a penny.
Yeah, penny on Amazon. I didn't know the hardback was coming.
And we were saying earlier, it's actually been gifted to someone else. And it's really nice that the book's already had a life and a history. Yeah,
we like that.
And we're going to pick it up now.
Yeah, it's like when you buy books from antique stores or charity shops, and they stink of being old books, and you wonder where they've been and where they've been hiding and stuff. But there's a whole series of these books, and they all look really steampunky, H.G. Wells kind of stuff. So yeah, really, really looking forward to reading that, and it's a really nice edition.
Stephen King's The Talisman.
And Peter Straub.
Sorry. I read Stephen King a lot when I was a teenager. My mum had all his books. And then we moved on to his son Joe Hill more recently. So this is probably the first Stephen King book we've picked up in a long time.
Might be the first one we own.
Yeah, it probably is, that we own. And it's about a 12-year-old boy who goes to spend his days alone in a coastal town. His father's gone, his mother's dying. He must find the talisman, the only thing that can save his mother. It's this titanic struggle between good and evil across the mythic landscape. I love Stephen King, so I'm sure it's going to be really good.
I'm not a huge fan of Stephen King. I've read a few of his short stories and they're fun. I like movie adaptations of his work. I just don't know if I get on with his writing. But I love his son, so... But it sounds interesting. I like it when horror authors do something a bit more fantasy. It always turns out well. Joe Hill's like that. He did straight up horror. And then his second book was like some fantasy amazing thing. But we've got Lev Grossman's The Magicians. This is one that it's very mixed reviews and is very polarising. And is talked about as kind of like an adult Harry Potter, which I hate saying because so many books get labelled as Harry Potter or the next Twilight or something. And sometimes it's a disservice to them. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading that. That sounds cool. I think Ellie will probably enjoy that one too. Ironclad Prophecy. This is the second in the No Man's World series. Chris from Christoria got us the first one.
I really enjoyed it.
Which was Black Hand Gang. And I devoured it. It was just something that came out of nowhere. It's about a platoon, or it's about 350 odd soldiers during the First World War on the Somme, and they just disappear. They go over the top and they disappear, and the whole it's like a 100-metre circle of land from the Somme appears on an alien planet with all the people that were there. There's a plane caught in it that was going over at the same time. There's a tank crew, and they have to deal with the locals and aliens and their own struggles and stuff. And there's a guy in the first lot. There's a guy that's been doing satanic rituals and stuff, and he's mental. And it's fucking awesome, and I love it, so I had to pick up the second one when I saw it for a penny. And there's a third as well, called Alley Man, I think. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this so much. Next is Bad Glass by Richard E. Gropp. This is a mystery novel, not usually the kind of books we'd pick up, but I'm going to have to read you the bit all about because it's so good. Something has happened in Spokane. The military has evacuated the city and locked it down. Even so, disturbing rumours and images seep out, finding their way onto the internet, spreading curiosity, scepticism and panic. For what they show is, or should be, impossible. Strange creatures that cannot exist, sudden disappearances that violate the laws of physics, human bodies fused with inanimate objects, trapped yet half alive. So yeah, I'm not usually one for modern military, because it bores the shit out of me and never goes the way I want it to. But strange creatures appearing because maybe there's been a government fucking about with stuff they shouldn't be.
It sounds a little bit like The Mist.
I was just going to say that myself.
We love The Mist.
Love The Mist. So, one of our favourite things, whether it be in movies or books, is one of our favourite plot conventions is humans getting what's coming to them. Humans, for want of a better word, and I'm sorry I swore a lot, but fucking about in things they shouldn't be and not being happy with the outcome. Mm-hmm. So, making robots and then robots overthrowing us, mucking around with dimensions and opening one to something that can kill us, reaching out to aliens or new planets to take over and then fighting back. We love that kind of thing because humans are the most evil thing we know. Next we have Tales from the Sinister City, F.E. Higgins' The Black Book of Secrets.
Very pretty.
Very pretty book. You will learn from watching our videos that Ellie is a connoisseur of good-looking books.
Like a magpie.
This is another one that's just kind of... It's a bit of a kid's book. It's all about secret societies and evil and body snatching and stuff. So yeah, it sounded cool. It was a penny. I thought, why not?
Is Rat Queens.
Volume 1. Volume
1 by Curtis J. Webb. And Rock Upchurch. It's amazing. I don't know where to start. Victoria from Christoria 2027 loves Rat Queens, so we ordered it and picked it up. I think we got it from Amazon. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Really, really violent. The story's amazing. It's about a group of women who are, for want of a better word, a gang. They're supposed to be looking after the village, but all they do is drink and fight and make trouble. And the commander of the village has had enough and sends all the gangs. There's lots of different gangs to go and do different tasks. And the Rat Queens are going up against this huge dude, trying to work out what's going on and what's happening to their village. So yeah, this is volume 1. It's amazing. It took me like an hour to read because I got so excited.
It's brilliant.
When's volume 2 out? soon.
Yeah, it should be out soon. I think it's out now.
For us, we love it because one of the characters has escaped from what is a Cthulhu worshipping cult. So she says lots of words that sound like they're from the Cthulian sort of language.
Goth and stuff.
Yeah, and she loves tentacles. And
they're all pretty awesome, to be fair.
They're really, really cool.
Each of them's like a stereotypical fantasy character, but they're foul-mouthed and they do the bad things and
take drugs and drink.
Yeah,
it's good.
So, yeah, it's cool. And the final two that we've picked up is Skullduggery Pleasant. This is something I've been wanting to read forever. I know it's a kid's book, but it looks funny. It looks awesome. If it wasn't good, there wouldn't be like 9 of them.
No. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah, so they just look fun, and that's what I want sometimes. So yeah, that was a penny. And finally was Tom Pollock's book 1 of the Skyscraper Throne, The City's Sun. Yeah, don't know much about this. I know the synopsis might have sold it. Hidden under the surface of everyday London is a city of monsters and miracles where wild train spirits stampede over the tracks and glass-skinned dancers with glowing veins light the streets. That's all I needed. Sounds awesome. And also Skyscraper Throne sounds pretty cool. So yeah, that is our haul for, I don't know what months are in the year.
April and May.
April and May. Like I said, we didn't pick up that many. There is a good amount, but we're pretty sparing. We tend to go for bargains on Amazon if we can, because, to be honest, we don't need to add more books to our TBR list.
No.
There's tons back there we haven't read yet, and we need to get through them.
Been naughty.
So you probably won't see another haul from us till another 2 months' time. But yeah. Cheers for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If there's any of these books you want to know more about, please ask below. We love getting your comments.
Or any books you want to suggest, any things you want to see. We've been trying different things on the channel, and anything you'd like to see more of or less of. Either way is good. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're on all the social media. And we'll see you next time.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.